Oh, it's working, yes. Hello everyone, just having a swig of tea. Just thought I'd give you my thoughts on the riots, what happened here in the UK, in London, Manchester, Birmingham and a few other towns. Was it Birmingham? I don't know. Anyway, many people have been asking, what was the cause of this? What made the young people of today, and the majority of them were very young people, act in this totally crazy way? It's strange, isn't it? Why does it happen? Why? It's never happened before. What has led to this? Well, my idea is young people today say, "Oh, you've got to listen to me. You don't listen to us." Well, yes, people have been listening to what you say, what the young people say. It started with, what was his name, Dr. Spock in the 1950s and 60s, who brought out a series of books on how to bring up children. Well, bearing in mind these weren't scientific papers, they were books for mass media, for everybody to read. And they caught on very quickly, and everyone thought how wonderful they were. Bearing in mind, Dr. Spock, his son committed suicide, I believe in his 20s. So, he was an extremely successful father. I think the other son used to say that his father never spoke to him. He was too tied up in writing his books anyway, that's beside the point. As I say, he used to say, treat the children as adults. Listen to what they have to say. Reason with them. Which, in effect, yes, you do try and reason. But he failed to understand, or I think Dr. Spock failed to realise that the brain of a child, whereon they can reason some things, but they really can't reason with human nature. They don't really know. They have to be taught consequences. There's consequences to your actions, and if you don't teach children this, then whatever you say to them, they're not going to learn. Children learn either by example or whatever. It's like you tell young people drugs is wrong, but they see everyone around them taking drugs and having fun. They're not going to believe what you say, what you tell them. They are just going, it's very, very rare that they will. They are going to experiment and they want to see for themselves. And it's the same thing. If a child does wrong, they must be punished. And this includes by their parents, it includes in schools. And a punishment in schools, what is it nowadays? They put them in seclusion, or they suspend them for a few days. That isn't going to work. What does a child do when you suspend them? Well, I've got a couple of days off. They boast to their mates. The mates get jealous, so they do the same thing. And if this happens, they might be upset about it a little bit, but if it happens, if it happens 2 or 3 times, which in most cases it does, it happens more than once, they give up on their education. That is totally not what you want to happen. They need a short, sharp shock, And so, yes, you have to use fear, I'm afraid, and they have to be scared. They so in such a way that they will not do that misdemeanor or whatever it is they want. You know, it's got to be serious. It depends on the punishment, of course, but depends on the crime. Crime and punishment is what it's all about. So, as I was saying, back to Dr. Spock. Just before he died, yeah, no, I'll come on that later. So all these books he wrote and all the child psychologists thought, yeah, he's brilliant, because it seemed to make sense what he was saying. And all over the world, or in the Western world, um, social services, child psychologists all believed what he said, and they took it as gospel, and they still do. And so it became a crime to punish your child. Teachers are now not allowed to hardly punish, not even raise their voice in some schools at the children, and this is what it's come to. And the crazy thing is, everyone listened to Dr. Spock until the last really, and the most important thing that he said, and that's the one thing they never listened to. Just before he died, he said, I was wrong. We've brought up a generation of brats. Now, we've brought up now, since he started doing it, 2-3 generations of little brats, and they're getting worse and worse and worse. So now what, we've had 40, 50 years since he first brought out these books of listening to children. Well, now I say enough is enough. We have listened, and look where it's got us. It's got us to some riots in the streets. It's got us with children not knowing right from wrong, and creating hell on earth. It's just got to stop. We've done enough listening. Now it's time for the children to start listening to the adults. The adults in this world have had experience in life. Your children, you have not had the experience. It's time for you now to listen to us. And that's my thoughts on the matter anyhow. So, what's next? Only time will tell, and I don't think it's going to get any better. Bye bye.